All right, so if you all remember last time, we took all the birds off in preparation for getting the new birds on. The new birds, after some shipping fiascos with UPS, our sprinkler heads came in, the birds, which is also slang. They're actually called impact sprinklers because they rotate around on the spring and they impact the water, and that's what kicks this arm out, and then they go around in a circle. So impact sprinklers is the real word. You also hear them called birds. So these are 3/4 inch. I've also seen them in 1/2 inch. So it just depends on what you need. You can adjust these nozzles depending on what flow rate you're looking for. They've got all kinds of different sizes. I believe these are 1/8 inch. The ones that we currently have are 1/4 inch. So it's based off of the PSI and how far you want to throw the water. I think at something like 30 PSI, these will throw at 30 feet. And then these sprinklers have another nozzle in the back. So it gets the water that's in between where this throws it. So as this turns around, this is shooting water out this way, being impacted by that guy. And then this guy is just spraying, and there's a little notch here that diverts it to make kind of a spray for the inner part of the circle. You can replace these pieces down here, but what I found is, and you can also replace this spring and this pin. They come as kits. But what I found after you get the kits to replace this, and then your time to actually repair these things, it was cheaper for me to just buy a brand new bird than to have to tear them all apart, buy the kits, put them all back together. So we opted to just buy new birds, and we bought some spares because we live out in the middle of nowhere, and having spares is a good thing. So we're gonna go through, put these on. We're gonna put them on with pipe dope. That way, whenever we have to take these off again, hopefully they're not C's like the ones before were. And so we're gonna put pipe dope on them. Okay, so we've got a pipe wrench that we're gonna use to put on the bottom, on the weight down here. So when we screw it in, we have something to hold it with. So we're gonna take our pipe dope. Here, and then they just screw in. I'm just going to use a crescent wrench to tighten it up.
Are you a hot dog?
Okay, that's it. That guy's ready to go.
One down. How many to go?
31 more to go. Okay, so we changed our process a little bit. And so instead of putting the pipe dope on the threads, we just put the pipe, we emptied the weights out with water and then just put the pipe dope on the threads on the inside and then put that in. One thing I forgot to let you know is that you can get different angles of trajectories on the spray. So depending on what you're trying to water, if you're in a windy area or not windy area, or how far you're trying to throw it, you can change how far or what pitch that water goes out. These here are a 27-degree throw on them, and like I said, you can change that. So whenever you go to the supply house, just pay attention to whatever pitch you want and then whatever base you're looking for. Some of them come with the back nozzle, some of them don't. You can replace those with just a plug. So my old ones just have a plug in it. I may end up putting the plugs back in I don't know. We'll just see what this looks like. And we replaced 32 of them in about 25 minutes, 25 minutes. It helps if you have somebody else, but if you don't, it would have probably taken me 40 minutes by myself. So we got the whole line replaced, and we're gonna go break some joints and readjust some drains. And then if the sun's still up, then we'll turn the system on because I want to see if this thing works. Okay, so we went and got our book. And so what this is, it's just a little pocket book. It's got a calendar in it and note pages in the back for addresses or whatever. But I use it because my senior advisor uses it. But we're able to track, you know, rain came on this day and we got this much. Or this tag numbered, you know, orange number 4, whatever is got a hurt leg or whatever maybe, so we can track it, and it's just a calendar that allows us to keep a good clean record of everything that's going on. So like on this it says we need 32 birds, so we needed 30 birds and I got 32 or 33, I don't remember. So here, the last time I turned it on was the 13th of June. And then number 5 on the right hand side, the joint on the left side is pretty leaky. 5, 11, 12, 13, 14 on the left drain needs to be replaced. So my breadcrumb that I left me is on the left side. I split it at the mover, so anything on the left, I'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the joints, and that's what needs to be replaced. And so we're gonna go do that. And then I also got the new mushrooms in. So the reason I think they're leaking is the rubber's just old. So this rubber, the new rubber is obviously very pliable, but the old rubber isn't, and so I think that's probably why they're leaking. Because everything else that I've replaced is sealing up just fine. It's the mushroom drains that I thought were not, or were still good, but I'm pretty sure they're not because they're leaking. So we're gonna replace those real quick. We're racing the sun to see if we can get this thing turned on. Let's go do it. Okay. Y'all have seen this before, but I will show you again. That comes off. Get the hammer. Pull the joints out and pull the mushroom, or pull the joints apart and get the new mushrooms. So you can see right here what I'm talking about. This is a new washer or new joint drain. You can see how it's sealing. This is an old one, and look how it's not sealing. And so that's why we're going to replace it, so they all look like that. Okay, it's the next day. We did not beat the sun. We ended up splitting up a joint, and then the whole rest of the side roll ended up shifting, so we had to brake every 80 feet and scoot it over about 3 or 4 inches. So that took the rest of the evening, so we got to do the other side. I got 4 or 5 joints that need to be replaced, and we're going to do that this morning before the rain comes. But first task, we got to feed my naughty calves. Those guys sitting right there. Yes, you. Looking at you. So we got to go give them some food, and then we'll get out and get this side roll fixed, and hopefully we'll get this sucker turned on and we can put a nail in this and be done with it. Over here working on the drain lines, getting these mushroom drains replaced real quick. And my cows came to see what was going on. And maybe we'll take a little bite while they're seeing what's going on. They sure look good. All we're waiting for now is for the brands to peel, and then we'll be sending them on their way here in the next couple of weeks. And then we'll be getting ready for our next batch coming in the October time frame. Assuming I can get my alfalfa planted. It keeps raining on us and I can't get the fields worked on because there's just sloppy, muddy, wet, and I can't get the tractors in here to disc them. They need to be pretty dry. So I don't know. Bye, cows. Bye-bye. I guess they don't want to hang out with me anymore. I'm not that interesting anymore, I guess. Okay, we're down here at the other end where the valve is. We're just double checking that this valve is on, hose is connected, all the supports are up. Already checked all that. Got all the drain plugs done, the seals done. So let's go turn the pumps on and see if we got this thing lit. Second thing we got to check real quick is to make sure that valve down there is still blocking the pivot, and that's a good thing. Sometimes I forget where I'm at in my projects, and so I just double check everything. Okay.